When the script breaks, it's March 1st, 2025, Barclays Center, Brooklyn. The air smells like gunpowder. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, the face of boxing, the man who sells out arenas just by showing up, is stepping into the ring. For 99% of fans and experts, this was a mere formality. The bookies were paying peanuts for a Davis victory. The only real question was, in which round does he put him to sleep? On the other side stood Lamont Roach Jr., a quiet technician, lacking the media hype, the intimidating tattoos, and the millions of followers. But that night, the Hollywood script went up in flames. What was supposed to be a coronation turned into a crime scene. An uncounted knockdown, a confused referee, and a draw that no one saw coming. Today, we analyze the night the invincible Gervonta Davis met fear. Are you ready to hear one of the most shocking stories in boxing? Grab your favorite snack and settle in. We promise it'll be worth it if you're a true fan. The context: the Predator and the Engineer. To understand the magnitude of this draw, we have to look at who they were before the opening bell. Gervonta Davis arrived with an immaculate 30-0 record and 28 knockouts. He was being compared to Mike Tyson for his ability to end fights with a single punch. He was a 10-1 favorite. At the press conference, Davis mocked Roach. "Bring your family so they can watch how I retire you." For Tank, this was just another day at the office. But Lamont Roach Jr. had a different story. The two had known each other since their amateur days. Roach wasn't afraid of the Tank persona. He knew that behind the power, there was a human being. Roach moved up in weight specifically for this fight, convinced that his style, based on the jab, distance, and ring IQ, was Davis's kryptonite. No one was betting on Roach, but his trainer uttered a prophetic phrase before heading out. "Gervonta is looking for the knockout. We are looking to win rounds, and the math doesn't lie." The beginning, rounds 1 to 4, silence in Brooklyn. The bell rings. The crowd expects Davis's signature explosive start, but it doesn't come. Lamont Roach takes the center of the ring with surgical coldness. From rounds 1 to 4, we see something unheard of. Tank Davis is being outboxed. Boxing critics and insiders assumed it was a strategy by Davis, as Roach's trainer had been clear. They were going to win by the math, points. Because of this, Davis proceeded with caution, trading his characteristic explosive start for a more defensive and calculated style. Roach established a perfect double jab. It wasn't a weak jab, it was a sharp, stiff punch that kept Davis off balance. Gervonta, true to his data-downloading style, waited for Roach to make a mistake so he could counter. But the mistake never came. Roach pivoted, touched, and moved out. Roach must have studied Gervonta extensively and sparred with similar styles, because everything was going perfectly for him at the start of this bout. Gervonta still wasn't showing his cards. It was the first time in a long while that he struggled this much to adapt. By the end of the 4th round, the CompuBox stats showed an uncomfortable reality. Roach had landed twice as many punches as Davis. In Gervonta's corner, trainer Calvin Ford was screaming, "Wake up, he's disrespecting you."
Difference in his performance, obviously, compared to the others Tanks have had. So many of those fights ending by knockout, by the way.
Here's a rare. Brian, you and I talked about
Those shoes on Tank, by the way. You can put on your makeup in the reflection of that wall.
both of them are yep.
confident.
And we talked about it, Brian Custer, all of us saying, you know, for most opponents, it's
those feints that Roach is using right now. Try to make him make a mistake and make him pay.
Use the footwork. He feels Roach's feet are already heavy. I'm just wondering, what would happen if a Tank... Does he wait for Davis to come to him?
One thing you can say, and you come back and put together the run that he has, that is a champion in form right there. Let's see, though.
Stage before, but he knows what it takes to be a champion, and tonight he wants to make history.
Well, when you come back
to land a punch,
well, this is Roach kind of forcing Davis to take the lead, which is an interesting strategy.
That's what we talked about.
I'm going to go in. He's reading the fighter right now. He's taking in data.
With the right, the defense on display. There's Tank Davis utilizing the instructions from another Davis added to the championship mix. Keyshawn Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Vasily Lomachenko.
How about the talent? You do wonder if you're Tank, do you want to land something big to set a certain tone and precedent?
Well, he's not known to be that guy.
And of course, even if Davis misses, you will get a big reaction from the crowd here in Brooklyn.
And set up an opportunity for him to end the fight.
Roach is on the hunt. And he was the first to reach double-digit Gervonta Tank Davis.
Roach has thrown twice as many punches as Davis this round so far.
Change this.
And yet only landing.
Get that right hand up tight, catch that over. You know what I'm saying? Look. You can punch with him. Yeah.
Make Tank Davis feel that. Make him make mistakes.
Davis in the set.
Roach was going to be as tough, a stiff test, and I think Tank's team knew the same thing. They know him well. They know what they're up. I've seen Tank take this many clean punches in one round.
He's getting
Especially in round 8.
Deep breath.
Have been on this stage before, but he knows what it takes to be a champion, and tonight he wants to make history.
Well, when you come back, brought confidence to Roach, but too much confidence against Tank is a recipe for disaster.
Knowing Tank Davis, I doubt he listens.
Davis and not trying to let Davis read him.
Might not be surprised that with 2 minutes gone, but there's that tension. You need to cut it with a chainsaw with Tank Davis.
And I know most of the opponents that David has faced the first 3-4 rounds are always they're pressuring for it if the crowd boos.
That might mean that you were controlling terms of this fight.
Well, he's been compared to Michael.
No, I don't need that whole camera right there. That one right there. Get what it is like, all right? Head side to side. Make sure you pop that jab. And here. Okay. Head off the line, all right?
Really make Tank think. He thinks that could be the difference in his performance, obviously, compared to the others.
Tank 3 for Roach, 1 for Davis, but still, all body shots.
Yeah, we talked about the reach, and the big question here, Mo, and I think we all want to see is if Tank Davis is going to start fast.
We know the answer.
One thing he said is fighting on the inside. His quote was, "We're going to see if Tank is really an inside guy in this fight."
Okay. AI-generated knockout artist, and for Roach, it's going to be up to him to, does he elect to
The knot, rounds 5 to 8. Withstanding the storm. We reach the middle rounds. Tank knows he's losing on the scorecards. He decides to activate beast mode. In the 6th round, Davis landed his signature punch, the left uppercut. The sound of the impact echoed through the arena. The crowd jumped to their feet, expecting the fall. But Lamont Roach didn't even blink. He absorbed the blow, adjusted his mouthpiece, and fired back with a combination to the body. The entire stadium was left speechless. Either Roach was in incredible shape, or Gervonta hadn't landed with full power because he practically didn't flinch. This was the key psychological moment. When you hit a man with your best weapon and he smiles back at you, doubt begins to grow in your mind. Tank started to get frustrated. He tried to intimidate Roach by dropping his guard and talking to him, but Roach kept racking up points like a machine, winning the exchanges at close range. The plan was still working. Tank was losing on the cards and looked more exhausted than Roach, despite having weathered everything the fight had thrown at him so far. The crowd was screaming for Tank to do something. This wasn't the show they had paid to see. Roach was treating him like a punching bag, and there was still plenty of fight left.
many ways because he did not take advantage of the 1:15 left here in the opening round, and yes, cautious start. Coast to coast.
He's also the one to add interesting tattoos, creative designs. How about the red?
Alvin Ford still part of the camp. Meanwhile, in Roach's corner, his dad telling him to feint.
Want to first.
Yeah, tag going.
Just a single jab from Roach and not doing anything with it. Missing with the right. The D shot there from Davis. Another body shot from Davis. Straight right down the middle. Always
His career did both come against left-handed fighters.
high guard from Davis. Unfolds 30 seconds now left in the third. There's a chopping right hand. Good punching the fight to Davis, having success. We've seen that with the likes of Leo Santa Cruz. We saw with Ryan Garcia what happened when he got Davis. It's the basic information that sticks, right? It's just keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Fun.
I really like the command of Roach, the patience, the confidence. But he's not
Constantly from Tank Davis. But there's the double jab from Roach. There's that lead left hook, just clipped Roach. So There it is. I mean, again, they're early stage of the fight. Again, setting the trap. We saw it against Rolly Romero here in Brooklyn. Letting him to the ropes. And then Mario Barrios also had a good start. That was at 140. Again, but how did those fights up? His left hand.
Left hand against Pitbull, yes he did.
He does.
And that could be dangerous too, because you can make mistakes by trying to be too
A lot
close.
of sneaky shots to the body this round, too.
Ooh, there's that right hand again from Roach.
Them all defense tight. All right. But man, you gotta follow him. He gonna try to.
Distracted there. He was talking to the ref, telling him something, but hey, you gotta protect yourselves at all times.
Victor Cruz. Round number 5. Victor Ortiz wished I would have sent again, especially against the guy, the caliber puncher of Gervonta Tank Davis. But
I mean, he's putting in that
well,
pressure.
yeah, there's not a lot to speak of on either side right now.
I mean, it's a lot of chest still deep.
Davis,
Continuing to pound to that body with the left.
ending and sticking his tongue out. Under a minute left here into the 5th.
Roach has to be careful getting off of his game plan.
Yeah, he got to his head already. By him answering back, you know
Oh,
that's
shoulder thrust. And Roach continues to talk to Davis, and you're right. Davis is taking Roach out of his game plan here. Ain't a war yet in terms of action, but the war of words is heating up.
All right. All right.
In that round, Gervonta Davis, I think Conor McGregor's used shoulder.
Tank Davis won that round just by talking. We got him out of his game plan.
Into the stats, very close. So not really the start Roach wanted in many ways. Start being thrown, and yes, they do.
Why is Roach standing right in front of him? You can't do that.
Why is he staring him down?
But Tank Davis continues to utilize footwork.
The climax, the round 9 controversy. This is where the fight shifts from a surprise to a scandal. Round 9. Roach lands a clean right hand to Davis's face. Tank stumbles back and, visibly shaken, puts a knee on the canvas. The rule: in boxing, if you touch the canvas with your knee, it's a knockdown. Period. It should have been a mandatory count and a 10-8 round for Roach. But referee Steve Willis stops the clock. Gervonta claims he has something in his eye, Vaseline or gel. Incredibly, the ref buys the excuse. He doesn't count the knockdown, gives Davis time to recover, and restarts the fight. That moment changed everything. If that knockdown had been counted, Roach would have won the fight on the scorecards. It was the timeout that saved Tank's undefeated record. Gervonta used those seconds to catch his breath, while Roach looked at the referee in disbelief. The crowd didn't seem to know the rule, as there was no immediate roar of discontent in the stadium. However, after the fight, everyone came out to blast the referee's poor call.
Putting his lightweight and undefeated record on the line against amateur rival Lamont Roach Jr. and on
Right in the center of the ring. Having his way in, he's just walking in straight, reaching, so gotta be careful.
Davis was going really Dracula there for a moment. You see him when he was on his neck?
Stiff one at that.
Minute and a half gone here in the 6th, so midway point of the starting to put that pressure on Roach. He is, and there the left hand.
He's also stepping on the foot of Roach repeatedly.
Play a part here right now. There's Davis with that lead foot on the outside, able to put that left hand down the middle. Another left hand. He's seen this before. 45 seconds left in the 6th. Frustrated and then lose focus.
He's got to weather the storm, keep his emotions together, and get back to his...
Making the trip up from Capitol Heights, Maryland.
Boom. He counterpunched Tank Davis.
The plot thickens here. Round number 9. Rival Lamont Roach Jr. and on the unofficial scorecard of Larry Hazard. Well,
It's an interesting spot for him to be in. This is everything he said he would do so far, he's doing.
what is he doing?
He forgot his...
That's a generous call from
Did he not take a knee?
He did take a knee.
Roach eating some big shots and coming right back.
A minute and a half left in what has been an eventful
Big here.
Tank unloading lefts and rights. Roach doing a pretty good job of deflecting. Lead right hook, left hand from Davis.
Never expected Roach to be taking these shots and countering and answering.
Next in a round with that. Fight high 11 in round 6, and according to our unofficial score.
Tank's respect. Haven't seen that up to this point.
But we've shown, and then again, we refer over Davis, but man, he got it done. 6 knockdowns in 6 fights, 3 knockouts, and now trying to take speed of that counter shot. It's like a shovel uppercut coming back from Tank. And the punches from Davis. But Roach coming back, goes to the body.
Didn't much in return.
Oh, nice double left hook, the right hand by Roach. Another right. Referee Willis interjects.
Tank Davis, he's trading punches, letting his punches go. Beautiful combinations from Roach.
Here in the 7th, Roach 13 of 4.
Yeah, but then again, Tank Davis makes you feel that you're in the fight, and then boom.
Shot there, Davis. Oh, there's a right hook to the body by Davis, ripping that right hand, and then Roach rips a left.
All he got is a fucking left hand, all right? He's trying to counter everything with the left, all right?
The finale, rounds 10 to 12. Do or die. The final 3 rounds were dramatic. Gervonta Davis, knowing the fight was on the line, went hunting for the knockout desperately in rounds 11 and 12. He threw wild bombs. Roach, tired but with the heart of a lion, weathered the storm and kept counter-punching. Round 12 was a war. Tank landed power. Roach landed volume. When the final bell rang, Gervonta's face wasn't that of the usual arrogant winner. It was the face of a man relieved that it was all over.
4 rounds, I believe, 2 Roach.
You feel like it could be that same Scott.
Right? I want to get greedy and exchange it, though.
Roach's corner wants him to be, have been to the body. So here we go, round number 8. Things beginning to get interesting.
Yeah, he landed some really good shots. Great combinations, but again, he's flicking the jab. Nice job.
Attack somehow.
Roach talking to Tank now.
Now when he's attacking,
Double jab through the guard. Oh, great evasion, and then Davis looking to go. The Davis fight started in round 6.
All action all the time.
Low output, high accuracy.
yeah, but you got to give it to Tank. I mean, yes, we would love for him to start fast.
Traps, mentally, physically, and otherwise.
He's waiting for the right moment.
That left hook, and Roach has a decent left hook. Loves to go to the body as well.
He's just not getting greedy. Yeah.
All right, listen. Set him up with that left hook. How you feeling?
Good.
All right, good. Head off the line, behind the jab, okay?
Fight in the championship rounds.
Nice right uppercut, left hook lands for Roach.
The tension is unbearable. 115 to 113 Davis. 114 to 114 draw. 114 to 114 draw. Official result, majority draw. The arena erupted in boos. For Roach fans, it was a blatant robbery due to the missed knockdown in the 9th. For Davis fans, it was a lucky escape. Gervonta kept his belts, but he lost his aura of invincibility. Lamont Roach Jr. proved that the monster can be hurt. He can be outboxed, and if the referee had been fair, he could have been beaten. What did you see? Was it an eye injury? Or was Tank looking for an easy way out to avoid being hit? Did Roach deserve the win? Leave your analysis in the comments, because this fight will be debated for years. Subscribe for more stories where the truth of the ring comes to light. See you in the next video.